Right now, live at 5, the 2020 Olympics kicked off this morning in Tokyo. We're taking a look at this year's different opening ceremonies. Plus, mandatory vaccines, the large healthcare system requiring all employees to get protected against COVID. But first, Duluth to Denver, the latest update on what will make this new Northland flight option a reality.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Good evening. I'm Natalie Grant. Kristen is off tonight. Thanks for joining us. We're learning new details tonight about the Duluth Airport's goal of adding flights to Denver, Colorado. You'll remember yesterday we reported the Airport Authority got $750,000 in grants from the federal government to make this happen. But as CBS3's Quinn Gorham found out today, there's still some more boxes to check first. Quinn, what can you tell us?
That's right, Natalie. As we reported in the past, adding flights to Denver has been one of the Duluth Airport Authority's goals for several years now. Today, they told me next year. According to Tom Werner, executive director of the Airport Authority, they originally asked the Department of Transportation for about $1.1 million for the project, but they only got about 3/4 of that. They say most of the rest of the money has been pledged by other organizations, including local businesses and officials. Now it's just a matter of waiting for it to come in. A lot of the costs of adding this service include guaranteeing revenue for the airline and marketing the flights. Right now, they don't have a potential airline identified, but when they do, Werner says this addition would be the biggest expansion in the airport's history and could have a big impact on our local economy.
2019, when we first applied for this, we calculated that the impact of the launch of Denver service would be about $6 million annually with just one frequency on a regional jet. As that grows, or if we're able to launch with 2 frequencies a day, obviously it'll be quite a bit more.
Those next steps include finding an airline to service the flights. But as of now, there's no word on which company that might be.
Well, Quinn, I remember just a few months ago we reported that the Duluth International Airport was adding those seasonal flights down to Phoenix, Arizona and down to Fort Myers, Florida. Is there still even more possibility of those destinations coming?
Yeah, there aren't any specifics just yet, but Werner did mention that they want to add more leisure-based locations down the line for people to go visit.
All right, CBS3's Quinn Gorham in the studio for us tonight. Thanks, Quinn. Well, Dave joins us now for a quick look at that forecast as some severe weather is rolling in here. Dave, what can we expect for tonight?
Well, Natalie, I'm putting the finishing touches on a map here because things are breaking and happening up north really quite rapidly. Let's see if this map is ready to go. It's going to talk about a severe thunderstorm warning that's happening right now near the Canadian border in the International Falls area and is threatening to roll along the Canadian border through Voyageurs National Park and the Boundary Waters region here till perhaps even 1 o'clock in the morning. Northern Minnesota is marked off by a very fine line that you can barely see on this map. That's what I was trying to fix. That shows northern Minnesota is facing a severe thunderstorm watch until 1 o'clock in the morning as well. So this low pressure system coming our way is starting to pay off. There's a 70% chance that your town is going to taste some rain. And as far as rain totals go, this time around, they could be pretty decent for much of the area. That 70% storm chance overnight tonight around the area, all the way through the UP, could bring 1/4 to 1/2 inch of much-needed rain, but that won't be enough to solve all of our problems. On Saturday, we already dry up in the afternoon, relative humidities go way down, and despite the rain tonight, we could still be facing enhanced fire danger alert through the entire weekend. We'll talk about temperature trends and precip trends and watching out for fire, all of that in just a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Duluth native and Olympic runner Kara Gosher is headed back to the Olympics this year, but not as a runner. She'll be serving as a commentator for the Olympic track and field distance races. In 2018, Goucher ran the 5,000 and the 10,000 meter races for the U.S. at the Beijing Olympics. She returned to the London Olympics in 2012 as a U.S. marathon runner. In 2012, she also competed in the USA Half Marathon Championship right here in Duluth, placing first in just 1 hour and 9 minutes. Olympic track and field events won't kick off until next Thursday. Meanwhile, here's a look at the number of athletes you'll see participating and representing Minnesota and Wisconsin. Out of the 621 USA athletes competing for Olympic gold, 14 have ties to Minnesota. You can see all the athletes representing the land of 10,000 lakes in events such as basketball, gymnastics, swimming, and volleyball. Meanwhile, 32 athletes from Wisconsin are going for gold as well. Badger State athletes will represent Team USA in trap shooting, track and field, rowing, and sailing. Well, the opening ceremony for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games took place at a mostly empty stadium due to COVID-19, and many are still skeptical about how the games are going to play out. CBS correspondent Jamie Yukas is there with the athletes.
It's obviously a huge honor and a big moment, and I'm so glad that my team's going to be there with me.
Team USA women's basketball star Sue Bird and baseball infielder Eddie Alvarez are flag bearers for today's opening ceremony.
This is unprecedented. This Olympics is like no other.
Olympics organizers are not turning a blind eye to the impacts of the pandemic. COVID cases in Tokyo are reaching a new 6-month high of nearly 2,000 a day. The opening ceremony reflects that.
It's going to be very true, admitting that we are in a pandemic and the athletes are the true heroes.
Marco Balic is a longtime opening ceremony executive producer. He created these spectacular shows in Rio where 65,000 people attended. In Tokyo, there are just 1,500.
Are you kind of holding your breath? There have been so many developments over the last few days.
What can I say? I think for them to work in the biggest show in the world with everybody having a bad sentiment around them, it was not easy.
Not easy might be an understatement. Just in the past week, the opening ceremony's composer resigned, and its creative director was dismissed after separate controversies from their past surfaced. The two men issued apologies, as did the 2020 organizing committee. But as they say, the show must go on. Stadiums will be without fans. Even the athletes' families are not allowed to be inside arenas to watch them compete. So the energy and excitement will be squarely focused on athletic skill.
You're known as a leader. Are you carrying that into the opening ceremonies tonight?
I kind of am who I am. I'm a point guard. I'm a leader. I don't know. It's all like intertwined in who I am as a person. So it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be with me always.
On the vaccination front, we're learning from the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee that about 100 of the 613 U.S. athletes are not vaccinated. However, about 83% of U.S. athletes reported they received vaccines. Jamie Yukas, CBS News, Tokyo.
Back here in our area, the biggest healthcare system in the Dakotas is now making COVID-19 vaccinations mandatory for employees. Stanford Health is requiring all workers to get their first shot by November 1st. The move comes as more contagious variant of the coronavirus is rapidly spreading. Stanford has 46 hospitals and 1,500 physicians and more than 200 Good Samaritan Society senior care locations in 26 states and 10 countries. Officials say more than 90% of clinicians and 70% of nurses in the organization are already fully vaccinated.
Excuse me?
A tower man has been charged after police say he fired shots and led officers on a chase that ended in a crash. Rustin Hartland made his first court appearance today. The 44-year-old is facing 3 felonies. Boyas Forte police got a call about shots fired on the reservation around 1:30 Wednesday afternoon. It's not clear if anybody was hurt. Several hours later, Virginia police spotted the suspect, Hartland, in a parked car downtown. They tried to arrest him, but drove off and eventually crashed. Police believe Hartland was under the influence at the time, and his blood test is pending. They also found a gun where the chase started. He is back in court next month. Duluth police have arrested a man accused of breaking into a local pharmacy and stealing medication. Police say the burglary happened last Friday. A 32-year-old man allegedly broke a window at Essentia's 3rd Street clinic, went inside the pharmacy, and took prescription drugs. He was arrested yesterday afternoon and is expected to be charged with 2nd-degree burglary. As we are headed into another hot weekend, Wisconsin authorities are asking you to wear your life jacket out on the water as they continue to respond to more and more drownings. So far this year, 16 people have died in boating incidents in Wisconsin. Authorities say inexperience, distractions, recklessness, and speeding are the top 4 causes. Still to come on CBS3 News Live at 5. Some celebrate Duluth's cultural history tomorrow. Festival by the Lake is back this year. Details as we take you around the Northland right after the break.
Gayle King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
This is the internet that keeps the TV streaming, the meetings zooming, the playlist flowing, and the doorbell showing
anybody home?
Who's coming and going. This is the internet that powers the workout, that does the homework, that makes the lights work, that makes for light work, and makes...
Don't forget to pick up Charlie.
...your life work. This is the internet that keeps it all connected and has hundreds of people who ensure it's protected.
Nice try, hackers.
This is the internet voted best because it's extreme, nothing less.
Hi, folks. Joe Namath here, and if you're on Medicare, this is important. You're now entitled to eliminate copays and get dental care, dentures, eyeglasses, prescription coverage, in-home aids, unlimited transportation, and home-delivered meals, all at no additional cost. Plus, your zip code may have coverage with a give-back benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. Look, with the uncertainty of the virus and vaccines, you need to get everything you're entitled to. Here's the bottom line. Call to get significant benefits at no additional cost and see if your zip code has coverage with the Give Back benefit. Millions of people have trusted the Medicare Coverage Helpline. You can too. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800-916-5591. That's 1-800-916-5591 now.
Welcome to CBS This Morning. We have a lot of news today.
Watch Gayle King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel on CBS This Morning. Weekday mornings only on CBS.
By hook or by crook, after 30 years or so, I've become the longest-serving broadcast meteorologist here in this market. I've been an on and off part of it since 1986. We have a higher quotient of people who grew up in this area, live the weather all their lives, know what's supposed to happen for each specific time of the year around here. CBS3 Live and Local, we try to live up to that, and I'm hoping people will like what they see and tell all their friends, of course.
Watch Dave Anderson weeknights at 5, 6, and 10.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look over Duluth tonight. With storms rolling in, the Greater Downtown Duluth Council has decided to cancel tonight's Movies in the Park and move it to Sunday night. Dave will be in with this week's full forecast and tracking those severe weather conditions coming up. But first, let's take a look around the region. A long-running festival is back in Wisconsin, and Mondays are for the markets in Hayward. All that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We're going to kick things off in Duluth, where the community will be celebrating its cultural history tomorrow. Festival by the Lake is back at Bayfront this year and will be held tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. The festival will focus on cultural heritage of the area by featuring food, live music, crafts, and other displays. The event is free, but they do ask for a suggested donation of $5 to support the Bluebird Foundation, a foundation that advocates for youth in the performing arts. Next, we're headed over to Iron River, Wisconsin, where they will be hosting their annual Blueberry Festival this weekend. The local Lions Club has planned a weekend full of activities, including the annual pedal tractor pull, pie eating contest, the parade, and a world record attempt, and a community talent show, and so much more. All events will be taking place at Moon Lake Park, with registration necessary for some events. We'll have details available on our website. And tonight we're wrapping up in Hayward, Wisconsin, where Mondays are for the markets. On Monday, the community has their weekly flea market at the Sports Center from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., as well as their weekly farmers market at the Lumberjack Bowl from 1 to 6 p.m. Both events feature several local vendors selling goods from paintings and decor to natural soaps and locally grown produce. The flea market is open weekly through Labor Day, and the farmers market takes place all year long. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come live at 5, a major fundraiser hopes to aid a community member in his fight against cancer. More details coming up next.
After a 2-day cool down, now we're back to warmer than normal. Today's high temp at the airport in Duluth, 85 degrees, the normal 78. We'll stay 85 to perhaps even close to 90. Oh, maybe for the entire week coming up ahead. Will that be peppered every now and then by some rain showers? Well, I think we have a pretty decent chance tonight. We'll talk about the odds for showers and storms and how much rain could fall coming up right after this break.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Save in an instant on stressless furniture at Arrowhead Supply. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless sofas and recliners, designed with the world's most innovative comfort features. Don't wait. It's time for Stressless. Proud to be endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association. Shop Arrowhead Supply in Duluth and Virginia.
Unlock a summer of possibilities in a new Chevy. Expand your options and your perspective. Find your next adventure in a new Chevy.
Make no monthly payments for the rest of the summer on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing for 72 months and get $2,000 cash allowance.
Hello, house guests.
Oh, we're in the Big Brother house!
This competition starts now.
I was like, game on. Let's do this. Like a ninja.
I am just the hot mess express.
Trust no one and win everything.
The pressure is turned up. I'm coming in this house to win.
I'm going to win every competition.
New Big Brother, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, or stream anytime.
I'm so excited.
On CBS.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
We have a slew of alerts to talk about, so we'll jump right into the map. We'll start big and then go small. So the big thing covering all of Minnesota right now, that's a near critical fire danger alert that'll be with us on Saturday. Even though there's a chance for some decent rains tonight, it won't be enough when tomorrow afternoon rolls around and relative humidities drop below 30%. So we still have to be careful with fire. Now, from Duluth up to the north, that's a severe thunderstorm watch in effect till 1 o'clock in the morning. That's where the best chance for powerful thunderstorms will be. And the big threat from these storms, I don't think we're going to see tornadoes out of this, but we could see some hail and some high winds. That's what we have to watch out for. And paying off right now, 2 severe thunderstorm warnings happening near International Falls, and one in southern parts of Coochin County and northern parts of Itasca County. Those 2 severe thunderstorm warnings should stay in effect until about 6 o'clock. They'll be moving to the east, so watch out in those zones. Well, after we get through with the rain tomorrow, it's going to dry up and clear up and warm up once again, and so we'll talk about all of this in more detail with our extended forecast. But right now we've got the current conditions to look at, and it's 86 degrees now at the airport in Duluth. Relative humidity is up there and maybe even a little muggy at 61%, but tomorrow cut that number in half, hence the problem with fires that'll pop back up again. The warmth is coming via a southerly wind, and that's going 10 miles per hour. Our air pressure is a bit low at 29.83 inches of mercury, and we do have a low pressure system right on our doorstep, and that's what's triggering the 70% chance for showers and storms we all face tonight till about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Facing us at this hour, we have current temperatures running from 80 to 87 in the Upper Peninsula, 76 to 90 in northern Wisconsin. Superior, the cool spot. Ashland and Solon Springs, the hot spot. Minnesota numbers are as low as 70 by the lake in Grand Marais and here in Park Point in Duluth, and as warm as 90 towards Grand Rapids and down towards Hinckley. So it's starting to warm up and likely will stay warm for the week ahead. Current Doppler map shows the low pressure system approaching our area, and it's skirting along the Canadian border. And so right now, there we go. There's the severe thunderstorm cluster and the warning for near International Falls, and here's the one that's north of Grand Rapids. Those 2 blooming across the region as the night goes on, so don't be too surprised if your town, especially in Minnesota, also gets this storm chance. But it should pay off. A lot of towns now could go from about 1/3 to even 3/4 of an inch of much needed rain. But as we mentioned, That may not be enough to stave off the fire danger tomorrow because high pressure already takes over, brings sunny conditions and low relative humidities like we mentioned for Saturday, probably Sunday as well. But a new low coming our way by Monday could bring back another rain chance. And the way things are going, we could use every rain chance we can get. Tonight, here's what we get in Minnesota for temperatures. I think they'll go from about 60 to 68. 70% Minnesota storm chance. 70% chance for Wisconsin and Michigan with lows upper 60s. Tomorrow, daytime highs, Wisconsin, Michigan run 84 to 89 with a mostly sunny sky, so that rain gets shaken off by about 8 o'clock in the morning, as I mentioned. And Minnesota numbers, 80 to 87. Not much cooler by the lake this time around. Extended forecast shows temperatures stay in the 80s all week long. Low temperatures near 60. And if tonight's rain chance manages to skip your town, another round could be with us Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
All right, thanks, Dave. The Northland community is coming together in a big way tomorrow to help a popular family get through a difficult cancer battle. In April of 2020, Zach Pulaski was diagnosed with osteosarcoma. Since then, the 35-year-old has endured chemotherapy treatments, surgeries, and multiple trips to the hospital. But Zach hasn't been alone in this fight. Along with support from his family and 3 young children, there's a major fundraiser for him in Superior tomorrow. Just another example of the community coming to his side.
We have gotten calls from across the United States for donations.
And now we just wanted to return the favor for everything that he's done for us over the years.
And this has just opened our eyes so much more to how many other people out there just realize what a special family they are.
The Pulaski Family Benefit is being held tomorrow night starting at 4. It's happening at the Belgian Club in Superior with a pig roast and raffle prizes. You can find much more information about the benefit on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Well, it's that time of the show again where we get to talk about adoptable pets. Today's pet comes to us from the Humane Society of Douglas County. This is Miss Kitty. She's a 15-year-old cat who has been at the shelter for a long time. They have decided that she may be happier at another home, such as a retirement facility. She is very affectionate and friendly and would love a snuggly home to call her own. Additionally, her adoption fee has been sponsored. If you'd like to set up an appointment to meet and potentially adopt Miss Kitty, you can call the number listed on your screen. Still to comment live at 5, the White House is still calling on Americans to get their COVID vaccines. How many more doses the administration has purchased coming up right after the break.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. Call right now for your free book. And as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched over 1,200 annuities and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from financially strong insurers. Again, that's Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Supplies are limited. Call now.
Call 800-816-8219. That's 800-816-8219.
As the Summer Olympics kick off, a Northland gold medalist is prepping for the Winter Games.
Minnesota state leaders hear from small business owners about pandemic struggles.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3.
Go to the ends of the earth.
Very pleasant place to be.
I couldn't ask for anything more.
And reach for the stars.
Where's the Oscar? Oh, this is great.
Do you still love it?
I do.
But wait, there's more.
Experience thought-provoking.
It was literally like Groundhog Day.
I do know what makes a good movie.
Innovative.
It's hard not to overflow.
And truly original reporting. Because there's always something new under the sun on CBS Sunday morning.
By hook or by crook, after 30 years or so, I've become the longest-serving broadcast meteorologist here in this market. I've been an on and off part of it since 1986. We have a higher quotient of people who grew up in this area, lived the weather all their lives, know what's supposed to happen for each specific time of the year around here. CBS3 Live and Local, we try to live up to that, and I'm hoping people will like what they see and tell all their friends, of course.
Watch Dave Anderson weeknights at 5, 6, and
Be a little bit brave. Don't ever be afraid to.
We've got a couple questions.
Do you think it's time for schools to reopen?
There is some positive breaking news.
We've got a lot of important new information for you and your family.
Hi, Gail King here, inviting you to join us every morning right here on CBS. We'll have the important stories and the interviews, all the news that matters really, and best of all, we'll have a good time together. We like to do that. And now you can find us anytime you want on the new Paramount Plus app. So we'll see you every morning right here on CBS. I thought that one was pretty good.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel, weekday mornings on CBS.
The White House purchased millions more doses of the Pfizer vaccine today. It comes as more Republican governors have joined federal officials in calling on all eligible Americans to roll up their sleeves. Skylar Henry has the latest from the White House.
The Biden administration is purchasing 200 million Pfizer vaccine doses to be delivered between this fall and next spring. That's in case future studies show booster shots may be needed, and it includes millions of pediatric doses should the vaccine be approved for children under 12.
We want to have maximum flexibility, so this is an effort to provide us with that.
Federal officials are pushing more Americans to get vaccinated, with the highly transmissible Delta variant accounting for more than 80% of U.S. cases. Less than half of the population in 16 states have received at least one dose of a COVID vaccine.
It's the unvaccinated folks that are letting us down.
But in Los Angeles County, which is reporting its highest number of COVID cases since last winter, health officials say fully vaccinated people make up 20% of new infections.
The vast majority of those folks only experienced either no illness or very mild illness.
Despite the summer surge in COVID cases, the White House says it's not advocating for federal vaccine mandates.
That's not the role of the federal government. That is the role that institutions, private sector entities, and others may take. That certainly is appropriate.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki also maintains that so far there are no plans to change mask guidance for fully vaccinated adults. Several major cities, Atlanta, Boston, and Chicago, have announced school mask mandates this week. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
The White House also says it wants to see 100% of schools stay open for in-person learning this fall, pointing to school funding included in the American Rescue Plan.
On this Friday night, the passport renewal nightmare, how a crippling backlog is ruining summer plans for many Americans. We'll have an update and the other news. The CBS Evening News is just minutes away.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
6-year financing has been extended at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale, and you can finance it for 6 years with no money down and no minimum purchase. Extended savings with 6-year special financing, only at Home Furniture.
Prime Appliances' sizzling hot summer sale continues on all in-stock appliances through July 31st. This GE Cafe 28 cubic foot quad door refrigerator, now only $38.95, save over $700. Or get a GE French door refrigerator in slate, black slate, or smudge-free stainless, your choice, $27.99. Financing always available. Have our pros deliver and install or take it home today. Prime Appliances, the best place to buy your appliances. Let us prove it to you.
Coming up Monday on CBS3 this morning, we're learning about a career fair for veterans in our weekly Eye on Lifestyle.
And we've got a hot and sunny weekend on store, so be sure to stay hydrated.
Definitely. So wake up with us on Monday starting at 5 a.m.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
The Royal Enfield Bullet was designed in 1955 and not updated until 2008. It takes an experienced hand to keep one running. I've ridden in the rain and the snow, but prefer not to. That's why motorcycles and meteorology go together so well. It also takes an experienced hand to make an accurate riding forecast. As our region's longest-serving meteorologist, I think I have the touch needed to get it right.
Watch Dave Anderson weeknights at 5, 6, and 10.
Right now at Home Seasonal Concepts, get special 6-year financing with no money down, no minimum purchase on the largest selection of outdoor furnishings, like this Loft 21 5-piece dining set for just $13.99. 6 years special financing now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Breaking news, original reporting, and the good things in life. Join Jeff Glor, Dana Jacobson, and Michelle Miller on CBS This Morning, Saturday.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Friday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top stories and see what's coming up tonight at 6. Tonight at 5, we learned how the Duluth International Airport intends to use $750,000 in grant money they received to complete the first steps of allowing direct flights to Denver, Colorado. They still need to identify the airline to complete those flights. And tonight at 6, the 2020 Summer Olympics had their opening ceremony today, but here in the Northland, they're talking winter. We're catching up with 2018 gold medal winning Schuster Olympic curling team as they prepare to return to the ice in 2022. Well, that's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is coming up next. We'll see you right back here tonight at 10 at 6.